I'm Margaret, and today before I start, I've got a confession for you. You see, in my time, I've eaten an awful lot of chocolate tarts. In my defence, I am a very old woman, so I have had plenty of time to do this. Now this tart is by far my favourite. There's something about that mixture of milk and dark chocolate that's so pleasing to the palate. Just add a generous spoon of crème fraîche and you're in dessert heaven. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't even need baking. So let's start with the decoration. I've got some tempered chocolate here. Just chill it and break it into small pieces. The base to this tart is an ordinary biscuit base, and I'm using the biscuit side of the Oreos, taking out the cream because I want this one really dark and nice and crisp. Two packets works well with this recipe, with a 9-inch loose bottom tin. Let's whiz them up in the food processor and get them nice and fine. That should do nicely. Just need a bit of butter to hold it together. Then another whiz to even out the mix. There's no need to butter the base because there's butter in the mixture. It shouldn't stick. Let's just get it all in. And this is the tricky bit, to make it nice and compacted. Getting it right up the sides. And I'm going to use a spoon to scrunch it into place. It's well worth taking a little bit of extra time here to make sure that it's really pushed in well and that the shape of your base, that you're happy with it. This will add a strength to the tart so that it won't collapse when you take it out of the tin. Look how lovely and dark that base is. It's almost black. Now while that's setting in the fridge, I like to leave it in a good few hours, probably best overnight. Let's make that scrumptious filling. The water in the pan is just bubbling, it's a nice consistent bubble. And the bowl itself is not touching the water, it's just getting the heat from the steam. I recommend using the best butter you can for this recipe. If you can get hold of Kerrygold Irish butter, you can't beat it. As the ingredients slowly start to melt, it needs to be stirred continuously. This will blend the ingredients and make a beautifully smooth mixture. It's a good idea towards the end to use a whisk. You'll know it's ready when it's beautifully smooth and glossy. And that's the time to add a pinch of salt. Salt is essential when cooking with chocolate. It brings out that flavour to perfection. So take it off the heat and leave it to cool for about 15 minutes. Then you're ready to pour. There's no need to smooth it out, it will find its own level. Just give it a careful jiggle, tap it a few times gently on the board, and that will bring the bubbles to the top. If you want to get rid of any extra bubbles, use a little cocktail stick just to pop them. I tend to leave it in the fridge for about 30 minutes before I decorate it. That way there's a little bit of a crust on the top and it stops the decoration from sinking. But you do need to be really careful still because it's not quite set. You can leave it in the fridge overnight, but before you serve it, leave it out in the kitchen for about 30 minutes, and that way you get the perfect texture. Do let me know if you try this one. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Oh, and don't forget the crème fraîche. It's the only way to serve it. Have a great week. Catch you very soon.